Hello, friends. I'm Manish Anand. The RiceInTheHills.com brings to you the analysis of the editorials published in the five of India's top newspapers in English. Last evening, we saw that the dramatic developments in Maharashtra really forced political pundits to re examine their theories on India's contemporary politics. Indeed, four of the five newspapers that we analyze on a daily basis, which includes the Indian Express, the Economic Times, Deccan Herald, the Hindu, and the Times of India, have run editorials on the Maharashtra political developments. Decisions of the Bharatiya Janata Party in recent years seem coming out of the evolving political science of India than following any past patterns. In Maharashtra, the BJP decision to hand over the chief ministership to head of the breakaway faction of the Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde, and asking ex-CM Devendra Fadnavis to be his deputy sent political pundits on their toes to decipher the twists and turns in the state politics. Predictably, four of the five newspapers in our basket have come out with edits on the Maharashtra development. Indian Express, Times of India, Economic Times, and Deccan Herald have a common theme underlining their edits that the BJP move is tactical. Times of India recalls the 2019 BJP horror when Fadnavis had bound the party in the knot with his hurriedness to become the chief minister with Ajit Pawar of the Nationalist Congress Party. The Indian Express argues that the BJP decision to make Shinde as CM will save the party from gaining the predatory image with allies. Indeed, the Daily is right because the BJP is being seen as a party which is out to capture the allies' strength in the assemblies. Deccan Herald maintains that the BJP will call the shot, which is also repeated by other two dailies in the new government in Maharashtra, but argues at the same time that Uddhav Thackeray should have resigned after making a speech in the assembly that would have made a bigger political comments or statements, because in a few months there would be elections for the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, which happens to be India's richest municipal body. The three dailies also underline that the fight for the legacy of Hindutva of the Shiv Sena brand, which was espoused by Bal Thackeray, isn't yet over, and more actions on the street may be seen in the coming days. The Indian Express explains that while Thackeray is left mostly with Mumbai-based MLAs, Shinde has taken away the legislatures from the Satara and the Thane regions. The BJP will now be able to counter the betrayal claim of Thackeray by making Shinde as the chief minister. In Maharashtra politics, emotional rhetoric indeed plays crucial role, and Shiv Sena's pitch that Eknath Shinde, in support by the BJP, betrayed Bal Thackeray and the Shiv Sena, that would have been damaging in the coming months for the BJP. The three dailies also list out that the immediate challenge for the new political experiment in Maharashtra will be the municipal elections in Mumbai. The Economic Times, on the other hand, takes a different look at the political developments in Maharashtra and raises the question about the genuineness of the mandate of the people. The problem with such, let me quote what AT argues in its edit, quote, "The problem with such hyper-cynical politics is that it undermines democracy and does so in full view. But people start losing faith, the vote has little meaning," unquote. None of the dailies, however, mention that the caste dynamics was a limiting factor for the BJP growth in the state to realistically think of going past the halfway mark in the state assembly on its own in the near future. India did much of the maneuvering in the two back-to-back summits, BRICS and G7, to stay away from the camp politics of the developed countries. The Hindu, in its edit on the G7 summit held in Bavaria in Germany, has examined India not signing the US-led USD 600 billion Partnership for Global Infrastructure and Investment Fund, which is rightly seen as a counter to China's Belt and Road Initiative. India, however, signed the G7 statements on resilient democracies and just energy transition. Indeed, if you recall Prime Minister Narendra Modi's statements in one of the parliamentary party meetings of the BJP, that in the current times, the global world order is divided in the camps, one led by the US and another by the Russian friendly countries. And India will pursue its national interest independently of these two camps. And in the recent times, in the last week itself, India had participated in the BRICS 2022 summit and the G7 summit in Germany, and at both places, India stayed away from the two camps. India indeed signed the two statements at the G7 summit, which are aligned with India's national interest, because India is the largest democracy while committed to action against climate change. Friends, a single-use plastic ban is coming in force from today, and 19 of the 20 most commonly used plastic items will be prohibited from today. Times of India is the only daily which has run an edit on this issue, arguing that the practicality of this ban will pose a lot of challenges for the central government and the state administrations. The Daily may be right in arguing that the retail shopkeepers may find the substitute for the single-use plastics very difficult, and the people have grown used to using the single-use plastics in whenever they go for ice cream or any sort of things like samosa or whatever. They use single-use plastic. And the TUI advises that the government should rather work with the industry to find out innovative solutions. But the Daily forgets to mention that this would be basically maintaining the status quoist position at a time when we have seen that the plastic residues have entered even the blood samples, while that they had entered into the water samples long back. They have destroyed the marine life while posing hazardous challenges on the mountains, hills, and human lives. Therefore, the ban is quite right, and we shouldn't forget that 15 or 20 years back, we were not using single-use plastic so much. In fact, people in the villages still use leaves. That is also prevalent in Kerala and Tamil Nadu for taking meals. So friends, these were the editorial comments of the 5 of the top English newspapers of India on the bigger news events of the last day. How did you like this commentary on the editorials? You can share in your feedback. And if you like the initiative of the Rise in the Hills, you can share the video with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much.